are playing the Timberwolves in the preseason. And if you're watching at home, here's Russell Westbrook, another bad foul on big kid Jaden McDaniels and and one. So Patrick Beverley calls the team over to huddle up. Here we go. Anthony Davis is in, LeBron's in, and Russell Westbrook just doesn't want to come into the huddle. Just wants to stay on the sideline. Beverley literally goes over and says, "Come on over," and he's like, "No thanks." Colin?
There's also
one in the pregame warmups where the whole team goes in, put your hand up,
and he will not join the team.
It's like, what are we doing? I know Lakers fans, it's only preseason, and there's a lot of Russell Westbrook truthers. No, this guy averaged a triple-double 3 years ago, Colin. We got to have him. Here he is.
Look at him.
Anthony Davis is trying to beg him.
He won't make eye contact with teammates.
I thought he was best friends with Patrick Beverley 2 weeks ago,
I thought Darvin Ham, he's been great. He will not make eye contact with teammates. He sold his home, or he's trying to. He changed his agent.
Yeah.
I mean, the Westbrook guys in this, what do you want us to think? I watched the body language, house for sale, changing his agents. Multiple times the Lakers have dropped hints. So I do not buy he will be around at the All-Star break. I mean, what do you want us to believe as consumers watching this?
He could say everything he wants, but at his heart, Russell Westbrook knows that LeBron does not want him there anymore. He knows that, and he can't just be a good soldier, get in the huddle, yeah, let's go, guys. He just can't do that. It's like Kyrie Irving. He cannot help himself, Colin. He can act like, I want to be here. I'm with the Nets. Steve Nash, Kevin Durant. And then he gets in front of a microphone and says total nonsense, and you're like, oh my gosh, he's blowing up the team. So I don't know, Lakers going into the season, you're not really buying this team.
No, first of all, if you look at the West, I'm not being negative here. Denver, Jamal Murray's back, will be better.
Porter as well, Michael Porter. Yeah.
Okay, so they'll be better. Dallas should be. Their players are young, getting better. Golden State now has 3 young players who are emerging like star potential players. They'll be better. Clippers get Kawhi back. They'll be better. The Pelicans and the Memphis Grizzlies are ascending young teams.
Minnesota Timberwolves.
Minnesota Timberwolves went and spent a fortune. They'll be better. I'm at 7. Phoenix may not be better, but they're better than the Lakers today.
Yes.
So that's 8. That puts the Lakers, if everything goes okay with Westbrook, there's no toxic fallout, at 8. This is just not a great team.
And you can already feel the toxicity.
You can see the video. Listen, it's the video's telling you all you need to know. This is what we're seeing out. What's it like behind the scenes? This is what the cameras are showing you. He can't even hide his disdain for what's going on.
And by the way, Lakers open on Tuesday with the Warriors, and then they play the Clippers on Thursday. I will be in attendance at that game. Colin, wait till the Lakers start 0-2. And the media's like, well, you guys can't beat the top teams in the West. And Russell Westbrook.
Have you noticed what the NBA's done? So the NBA, LeBron is still a television needle mover. So what the NBA has done, and they do this all the time, nobody watches the NBA in October, November until Christmas. Nobody watches it. And they know that. Football, heart of the football season. So the NBA schedules the bigger marquee regular season games for February, March, and April. That's what they do. So the Lakers' early season schedule with LeBron is all the dregs of society, all the dregs of the NBA. So if the Lakers don't get out to like a 10-2 start, an 11-3 start, watch out. Because they have back-weighted, and they do this with the Warriors, they do this often with LeBron James. They back-weight the schedule, the NBA does, because when we start, once football season ends in February, then you want Lakers-Warriors, Lakers-Dallas, Lakers-Clippers, Lakers-Celtics. That's when you want the big games. So if the Lakers do not get off to a big start, like 11-2, watch out. Because the back of the schedule, this is an old Laker team that what you and I would guess, there'd be some injuries later, right? So the beginning of the season, they'll be their healthiest. They play the weakest teams. That's why my takeaway is on Westbrook, you can't go into a season with that being an issue.
Yeah. It's hovering over the cloud.
You have got to pick up a lot of wins early. The first month and a half Lakers schedule is a lot of W's if you show up and you're healthy.
I don't think we talked about this last week, but Pelinka got an extension. Notice how he locked that in before this potential disaster erupts for the Lakers, Colin.
All right, J-Mac with the news.
Well, that's the news.
And thanks for stopping by.
The Herd Live
it is, we were talking about this yesterday. tonight, two defensive coaches, Ron Rivera, Matt Eberflus, Bears, Washington play. It'll be a stinker. It's a great Saturday of college football. A lot of undefeated teams play. It's the best college football weekend since like last year's playoff weekend. It is a great weekend of huge matchups. One of them being Michigan hosting Penn State. I like Michigan to win. I like them to cover. It is amazing. I went on the internet last night. How many people are doubting Jim Harbaugh? And, the knock on Harbaugh, and this is such a dumb argument. He never won a national title. Folks, in the last 10 years, Ed Orgeron and Jimbo Fisher have won national titles. You don't think Harbaugh's a better coach? He got a team to a Super Bowl. That can't be the measuring stick of greatness. Nick Foles won a Super Bowl. Josh Allen can't get there. Is Nick Foles better than Josh Allen? I think if you took Nick Saban out of college football, there's an argument Harbaugh's the second best coach. By the way, he took 5 wins to 10 first year at Michigan. It took Kirby Smart 2 years to win at Georgia. And Georgia is in a state with 130 minimum Division I football players. Harbaugh has to leave the state to get great players. Kirby Smart has to take his car around the corner to get a recruiting class. So Michigan is his 4th head coaching job. He's won in all of them. 3 of 4 he won the very first year. I think he's a great coach. People just, again, stubborn. Lamar Jackson's overrated, stubborn. Harbaugh can't coach. If you take out the COVID season, he averages 10 wins a year. He just beat Ohio State. He's the reigning Big Ten champ. He's coming off a playoff appearance. And I think this is potentially, by the end of the year, his fastest, best football team. Doubt him all you want, but I like Michigan to win this weekend, and I like him to win because I think Harbaugh's a better coach than James Franklin, and I think James Franklin is fine. But if you're still holding on to that dumb guy argument is he's never won a natty, Texas A&M today, if they could, would replace Jimbo Fisher with Jim Harbaugh. Ed Orgeron got fired twice. I love Ed Orgeron. One of the nicest guys ever. But his record in college football without Joe Burrow is under 500, and that's at LSU and some USC. So it is everybody is like, oh, keep your eye on Penn State.
Is the Herd Line News.
All right, Colin, let's start with the great game this weekend in the NFL. Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen obviously going to do battle in Kansas City. Rematch of that great AFC playoff game last year. Quite the shootout. Both quarterbacks have expressed their mutual respect for each other as they prepare to face off again.
Josh is a great guy. I mean, he's a great quarterback. Physically talented, can throw, can run, can really do it all. But he's a great dude too. And so obviously, when we're on the football field, we were competing against each other, and we want to beat each other's teams. But I have a ton of respect for him and the player and person that he is.
As a football fan myself, when I'm watching games, I love watching him play. He's a fantastic player. He can do everything you want. His teammates love him, and I know he's got a good grasp on the locker room over there and how he carries himself, the things that he does off the field for his charity. He's a special football player and a special guy.
Everybody loves everybody, Colin.
Well,
the stars like each other.
These are the two best quarterbacks in the league right now.
Two best teams?
No, I think they're the two best quarterbacks.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you can't keep selling me Aaron Rodgers, and you can't. I'm over that. You can't keep selling me that over and over and over. Mahomes now is the greatest come-from-behind quarterback ever, and Allen's as physically gifted as any quarterback in my life. Much bigger than Aaron, stronger than Aaron, more mobile than Aaron. These are the two best quarterbacks in the league, and when they meet, shock. It's a fireworks show. So, I mean, if you're still telling me, and this is not a knock on anybody else, including Brady, but those are the two best quarterbacks in the league.
If you're an owner and I say, Colin, you have the first pick, you can build your team around either of these quarterbacks, who you taking, Mahomes or Allen?
Well, at this point, Mahomes has shown the ability to consistently win from behind and consistently win really close games. Just because Josh did it a couple of weeks ago doesn't mean he does it well. The Bills struggle in close games, and the margins in this league, it's not the Big 12. Yeah. The margins are thin, and when you get to the postseason, it's 2 and 3 and 4 point games. So Mahomes at this point has shown the greatest ability in league history to come from behind, and he's also shown the ability more consistently to win close games. Physically, I think Josh Allen physically is more impressive. Arm, size, running,